I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we
What up, and welcome back in here to Pregaming on the Sports Money Network. I'm your boy, Mikey Money. We're going to talk sports tonight here on the show. We've got the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs. I've got a Nerfy and a Yerfy for you guys. We've got the WNBA. I think I've got, 2 or 3 plays in the W tonight. We'll do some player props. We'll put the sharp respected betting report to work. And then we'll put a bow on the show and get everybody up out the dough. For sure. How's that sound to everybody? Welcome in, you guys. Hopefully you're ready for a big night of action. I have got the fully loaded hammer, the smash spot in the NBA. You do not want to miss it. Wait till you hear these trends that go along with it on top of that. But we do need to bounce back here. We did not have the finest of days yesterday, so we had two pretty good ones there. Monday and Tuesday. What the fuck day is it today? Friday and Monday were pretty solid. Tuesday, not so much. Really is a collection of travesties that took place here. Wrong way, favorite and dog in the NHL. So I got a little blue thing happening here. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't know. It's kind of whirling around, but at least it's not like a fucking Smurf up in here. You know what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down. So the NHL wise, Montreal, first team to take a loss in 20 years in that situation last night. 18 years, technically, to be accurate. Man, I thought Montreal was going to get it done too. So I was a little surprised to see Buffalo do what Buffalo did. But look, Newhook got a point. Lane Hudson, no shots on goal. Doobie's not over 25 and a half saves, 19. Pretty inefficient game for him as well, by the way. We did cash the no-run first inning in Cleveland and the Angels. Funny thing is, it didn't cash today. Big price tag on it today. Not so much yesterday at minus 110. But we did not cash the Nerfy in Pittsburgh, and we did not cash the Nerfy in Philadelphia. So 1 and 2 on the Nerfy day. But listen, we're going to fire back today on those spots there. I told you about the Dallas Wings in the first half. Something to be said for that trend again. This is why you got to take some time. This is why you got to take some time at the end of every season to jot down what works and what doesn't work for you, because you don't want to have to spend a couple of weeks missing a streak that you were like, damn, that worked last year. Why didn't I get it this year? So we got that fired up. We got that Dallas Wings first half to kick the season off here again, plus 1.5. They won outright by 3. The Timberwolves did not smash in any way, shape, or form. They got their shit pushed in, as a matter of fact. They lost 126-97 to the potential future NBA champions in the Spurs. So if we revisit, remember what I told you guys back in November? I'm going to say nobody gave you these matchup situations in November. OKC and Spurs, Knicks and Pistons. Pistons advance, Spurs advance, Spurs win. We're still alive. First half, though, Spurs did get that team total over again. I think they had 61. They were like right on par with what they've been doing all season long. So that first half was a nice little even money plunker. And then we had the plus 4.5 with the Minnesota Lynx, and they won outright. So one Minnesota team got it done. Can another one be triumphant today? Well, we'll see what I have to say about that with these killer trends after you guys do the thing, and that thing is smashing the thumbs up button. Show some support for the squad, the channel, the community, whether you're live, whether you're watching us on the replay. It don't matter as long as you're watching us, but we do want you to hit that thumbs up button because it does help us an absolute ton. Take a second if you haven't done so. Give it a click. God damn, you boys are ready to fire in the chat. Zane Cole is leading us off. He's thugging in the land. He likes the Cavs plus 145. You're going to go Caitlin Clark over 2.5 threes and over 18.5 points. I like that you put the price tag in there, Zane. Appreciate that, man. He says you can parlay them at minus 117. So it's not just for record keeping it's just to let everybody else know like where you got it, right? So that way, if they're going to go play it at home and they can see if is it now minus 200, and maybe they don't want to play it. So it's super important when you guys drop your plays in there, put the price tag you got in there as well. And he says he straight bet and parlayed. You're welcome to parlay with me. We cash in the chat. He says, let's have a day. God damn right, Zane. He's got Clark points over 18.5. The NHL game over 1.5 power play goals. Ooh, there's a creative look for my fella. Says he boosted it. It's at plus 240. Damn, that's an interesting look, dude. Also on the NHL game, tie after regulation, a.k.a. overtime, plus 350. Backs pretty much against the wall here for the Minnesota Wild. Wait till you see that wild trend I've got for you guys. That's all his action. He says, we cash in the chat. Best believe that. Let's go, my man. He says he got $5 on the first quarter tie at 13-1. I'm assuming for the NBA game as well. How about that, man? That is some, Cavs game. Yep, Cavs game. Yep. LG Games checking in on Kick. Peter Grassi is here. Bobby Mack's up in the house. Phil the Kill says the guards Messick paying early on the over 6.5. Strikeouts. Zane says Pistons, another word for kidney stones. Is that true? Welcome in, unknown entity. It's good to see you up in here. Hopefully you guys got a chance to check out the baseball show today. Interesting feedback. Somebody had said, maybe I guess I'm thinking twice about the way that I share some things on Winnable because want to try to give some special exclusive stuff out there for those that do support. But we've been doing well on some of these shows, and I don't want you guys to miss those either if you haven't had a chance to check it out. So I don't know. I'm processing. I'm always open to feedback. I just want to make it a better experience for everybody. So that's what it's all about here is building this community, man. We are firing. We have launched the new channel. The Sports Money Gaming component is here. That is the life of the work-life balance component out there. You guys have probably heard about work-life balance. That is super important to stay fresh, stay recharged, and be able to focus, right? The brain needs that time to unplug and unwind. You can't digest and consume sports all day, every day, sharp capping at night to start the next day. It don't work like that. You need some time to just unplug, get your shit back together, pull your thoughts in, and just give the brain a chance to rest. These guys that do these, I see it all over Twitter and YouTube. It's like, oh man, we got early shows, midday shows, late shows. Then we're going to give you some capping at midnight. Dude, you're fried. I'm fried. Couldn't imagine coming back on after doing multiple shows in a day and firing off any more of them. It's like, come on. It's like the guys that give out UFC plays on Sunday. You just finished the UFC on Saturday. Take a breath. Regroup and recharge. Read some fucking sports insight so that you can figure out if what you're saying makes any sense. But I digress. Stop Geo says, we in here, DMX song. Dude, I've had a song in my head all day today. But well, listen, I got 4 plays for you guys in the Detroit-Cleveland game. 4 of them. We're going to talk Nerfy and Yerfy. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the card here. But I was talking about Major League Baseball and bases loaded. 6 in 3 day on Monday. What did I say? 9 in 3 day yesterday. So, excuse me. Now, listen, I did the ladder with Skeens. That was 2 plays. I don't know if ultimately, I guess they'll count in the overall ratio of wins and losses. But with the ladder play, I told you guys 1 full unit on 8+ strikeouts, a half a unit on 9+ strikeouts, and a quarter unit on 10+ strikeouts. But the quarter unit was like plus 300. So you still made 3/4 of a unit off a quarter unit investment. What more can you ask for, right? I mean, that's how we grind and grow. And we got to find out those plays that we can use to capitalize. Phil the Kill says, M touches grass. He took out by the lawnmower, pull, lever, speed. Real ones. No. All right. I don't know what the fuck that means. Mikey Money touches grass. He got took out by his lawnmower, pull, lever, speed. All right. I do think your feet should touch some grass. Keep it fresh, keep it real, and leave only your footprints as it relates to anything out there in nature. But let's get to work, you guys. Know the deal. Busy night. Lots going on. We don't need to be here all night, but we need to get it right. And it's going to stay tight here with this show. So let's fire off and go. We've got the NHL playoffs to kick us in gear, and we've got Eliminatio here. What a spot for the Carolina Hurricanes. They're probably the biggest benefactors thus far in this postseason. Now, you could argue the other side of it, that Tampa series had time to get started, but man, plenty of break for them boys. And the question is, will Colorado Avalanche get a break as well? Because it is a 3-1 series right now. The Avalanche, the Minnesota Wild in Colorado at elevation. And the key factor here, boys and girls, if you won and then you lost, what do you do when you go on the road the next game? That's what we're going to focus in on here. That's the key situation. It's been a zigzag. After you jacked your knee cutting the grass once. Dude, I did get some. I thought it was knee burn. I was like, did I get rug burn on my knee? It's funny because I felt it the other day and I was like, man, is that rug burn on my knee? Then I heard this fucking song while I was cutting the grass. A country song. I'll dabble into some country. And it was this dude talking about, there's two great country songs that I heard. The one was about how the whiskey's starting to taste like water. If you guys know that one I'm talking about. And the other one was about some smoke show that's apparently a rodeo girl and she got rug burn on her ass. Oh man, those are two good songs. Listen, it's a fucking hour and 20 minutes traipsing through the backyard, pushing the mower in the high grass. So I was like, let me get this thing going. And then the phone sits on the deck while I got the earbuds in. So I don't have to worry about anything else. And they popped them songs on. I was like, all right, I guess I'll jam. And dude, they were fucking, I found myself laughing. Something, the one about the girl having the rug burn on her ass was like something about being great to be good looking or something like that. I don't know. It was, you guys know the names of the songs I'm talking about. Put them in the chat out there. But back to the NHL with a quick day in my life situation out there. But that's okay. It's a little bit of therapy for me. A little therapeutic. And it gives us time to get things like the sharp respected betting report coming through here. So that's big. Jesper Wallstat will start on the Minnesota Wild side of things. Mackenzie Blackwood on the other side. And we couldn't have nailed that last game any better. It's always tough when you're zigzagging to try to come up with not zigzagging, but like when you're in the playoffs and they're playing the same team again and again and again. What's the angle? And they gave it to us this last game with the Mackenzie Blackwood situation. So he played well. Dude, it wasn't even so much that he played well. I mean, he had 21 saves. But through the first third of the game, they had 5 shots on goal. Like, you're not going to win hockey that way. Apparently, unless you're the Buffalo Sabres. Of course, the winner of this series will play Vegas and Anaheim on the other side of things here. Vegas looking pretty good. Pretty good. It's always fun to see. What an expansion team. And the Vegas Gals are going to be coming to town. How about that? Hamilton and Vegas women will both have I should say Vegas. Hamilton, Ontario. Las Vegas will both have women's hockey teams as they expand to 10. We know the best team in the PAWHL happens to be in Boston because of a live stream where we were looking it up. But the fact remains there. We've got to talk about this spot. In this one, gives us that uniqueness, that little flavor, that little flair, that little panty dropper that says the divisional dog wins the first game at home, loses the second game at home. They do fire off at a 39-27 clip. They are 50-16 on the puck line. Now, it's a smidge under our 59 or 60% win ratio that we like to kind of stay involved with here, but I'm willing to accept that because this team is 23-14-4 on the road. It's not like they suck. They already took down the, Dallas Stars, who a lot of people had hopefuls to make the Western Conference Finals. I didn't. But backs against the wall, critical situation, do or die. The charts tell us there's a 60% shot. And if you look at implied odds and probability, to get a plus 215, a plus 220 on the Minnesota Wild side of things is a risk I'm willing to take. That's where my money's going in this case. Now, of course, you look at it and say, well, if that's going to happen, guess what else is going to happen? Mackenzie Blackwood's going to get his over 24.5 shots on goal. Man, I don't know what happened. I think we were on a live stream and somebody was talking about the shots on goal props. I'm like fucking 0-3. The teams I'm back and just aren't shooting. So I'm going to stay away from that one, but I will add a player prop. A player prop. It's going to be Nazem Kadri. They have not caught up to this feller's shots on goal yet. He's got 3 shots in 5 straight games. And Colorado plays faster at home, which is problematic for the Minnesota Wild. But I think this guy's just a high-volume shooter. He's been getting at least 3. And he's got 2.5 at minus 105 is the price tag right now. So I'm going to add this player prop in there for you guys as well because there's a solo game. There's an island game. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun and root for a couple different things to happen. So Nazem Kadri, over 2.5 shots on goal. Let me see what the best numbers. These are always kind of VBR, right? VBM, I guess. Vary by market. I used to be friendly with a gal that was our financial analyst in the division that I managed. And she would always say VBR, vary by region. Because I explained to her that our region sucked. Everything had to be cheap. Anyways, Nazem Kadri, over 2.5 shots on goal, sitting at minus 125. Pretty much widely available. I don't get Bovada. You'll probably never see me. I'll probably never give you guys. I don't think I've ever given a Bovada price tag. I can't play it. So I'm not going to just try to skip, If you can get it. It's minus 115. I can't get it. I'll be paying minus 125. So DraftKings minus 135. So I guess I'm still catching a 10-cent break on the Kadri spot here. 3 straight shots in 5 straight games. That's how we're going to play the NHL tonight. Big dog. And again, here's why I like to have, it's bankroll management and it's strategy, right? The strategy is we want to get something in our back pocket that's got at least a good trend, a good trajectory, a good streak behind it. And then we'll take a shot for the bomb. If we go 1-on-1 any way, shape, or form, we should be okay. But I like that little zigzag, especially now with the back against the wall. So that's the way we're going to put the bow on the NHL portion of the show. What say you guys? Put your plays in the chat. If you like Minnesota Wild, type Wild in the chat. Let's see it. 9 Legacy giving us the paid in full parlay of the day. Got the Cavaliers, the Avalanche, the Toronto Temple, I think is what he means. Toronto Blue Jays on the spread. Best bet, Rockies money line, Nationals money line, Cardinals money line, and the Dodgers run line from 9 Legacy. Checking in, dropping the goods. Elsewhere in the world of hockey, they were doing the exit interview for, did you guys see this? The exit interview for Chris Knobloch. If you don't know who Chris Knobloch is, you're like, what the fuck's he talking about? Well, we're still in the NHL portion of the show. And he had his exit interview. They're expecting to fire this dude, the Edmonton Oilers head coach. Guess what he said? Connor won't win here. The team needs a major reset really bad. How great is that? Only in the fact that 4 years ago I said he's not going to win a Stanley Cup in Edmonton. Prognosticating. By the way, if you want to get a little complimentary stat, one that kind of backs up what we're here to talk about with that massive price tag for the Minnesota Wild, teams trying to close out the series that are more than a minus 190 favorite. Colorado Avalanche sitting around minus 200, minus 210, minus 225. Those teams are just 36 and 35. Now, let me ask you, that one is 500. The other one is 60%. Why wouldn't you take a 60%er with a 2-to-1 payout? It's like there's no guarantee. Now, Colorado could go out there and kick the shit out of these boys, but I doubt it. I don't think that's going to be the case. So there we go. That's the way we're going to go to the NHL. Let's move over really quick, you guys. I've got one Nerfy and one Yerfy, and they're both in the early games. I wonder if anybody's tracking me with my early game action, especially as it relates to Nerfies and Yerfies. It was juicy. I talked about it today with the LA Cleveland game. Today's the first day. I was talking to Shark after the show about this. Today was the first day I had like 5 games where I just didn't really have any play. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Felt crazy to me. Like 5 games on the slate of 15, 1/3 of the board. I just didn't have any read on. Now Cleveland kicked the shit out of them. The Yankees got busted up. Yankees off a shutout. Who knows what they'll do next game? But in any event, the first game I want to give you guys the no run first inning on correlates with the favorite spot there. We had the collab spot on the sheet there. It was under 8.5 in the Colorado-Pittsburgh game. I'm going to go no run first inning out there. It's Mitch the Bitch Keller, and he's gone 70% Nerfy in his last 10 goes. I told you guys, Jose Quintana as a dog. He barks. He's got some bite to him. But the Pirates are a 7 of 10 Nerfy team, so in the dog roll with Jose on the road with the Pirates and Mitch the Bitch Keller, there's a 70% factor plus that this game goes no run first inning. I'm sitting here with a ticket in my arsenal. Dude, I got a minus 106 at FanDuel for that game. Like, you don't want to play some of these things like that. I mean, I don't know. It's not to me. I don't want to sweat. I'll sweaty 6 the shit out of the card, but I don't want to sweat at minus 165 either direction. I'll take a plus 165. I don't want to, So the LA Cleveland game was never on the table for me. But when you're sitting there at minus 106, hell yeah. Hell yeah. To the gate, yeah. I'm going to look at this Yerfy. Yes, run first inning. Now, I like the fact that Lodolo's only got his second start coming back from injury. He is a fly ball pitcher. He likes to pitch to contact and try to pop fly them boys. And you got 14-mile-an-hour winds howling down the dick, as my friend Jose used to say. Colorado Rockies, yes, run. I'm sorry, Cincinnati Reds, yes, run first inning, minus 110, bet MGM. So that's a yes run first inning in the Washington-Cincinnati game. That's no run first inning in the Colorado-Pittsburgh game. I mean, I would. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably good enough. It's good enough. We don't need to go 3 tonight. Let's just go 2 and go 2-0. How about that? What do you guys think about that? Steve says, played your MLB parlay today, but added Brewers to it. All right. Stop Gio says he cashed a safe but decent VIG minus 116 two-legger in soccer. PSG tie, no bet. Inter Milan tie, no bet. I wish I'd seen that, fucker. I was looking for some afternoon action. Slowly getting things back in order as well, you guys. So I'm going to start to try to put some more clips out there. I should say, you can't really say you're going to put more out there if you haven't put any out there, but I'm trying to incorporate Twitter and Instagram a little bit more. So keep your eyes out there. If you guys can thumbs up the content, I did drop a clip from one of the best bets for the Bases Loaded show today. Just trying to mix it up, just trying to get some social media engagement out there, and I could use your guys' help. We're all in this together. And we want to try to get new eyeballs. So that's the best way to do it, is to use all the social media platforms. As a reminder, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Twitter, your mom's bedroom. It don't matter. We're there. We're doing the thing. Get your sisters in order. Let them know the fellas are coming. Literally and figuratively. That's my... One more time, I'll remind everybody, the facts and opinions of those that are stated here on the air do not necessarily represent the facts and opinions of those that are related to the Sports Money Network. It is simply the opinion of the guest or host that are here on screen and do not necessarily ask to be indicted across the enterprise based on the opinions shared by those here on screen. So that being said, you guys, NBA playoffs in your girl's car. You know what I'm saying, boys. Put them on notice. All right, listen, we're going to go into the NBA, you guys. I don't know if it's just oversimplifying the process here or not, but we do have ourselves a situation. Another tied series, too, by the way. 2-2. Cavaliers and Pistons. How can you take the Cavaliers seriously on the road? They have not won a playoff game on the road this postseason. They almost lost outright to Toronto. Embarrassing. So I started my cap that way. I don't see how the Pistons go back out there. And after getting dunked in back-to-back spots, I thought from a Cavaliers perspective, you can't ignore the fact that they're just not good on the road. Now, maybe part of that is because it's James Harden factor. Gets a little shaky on the road. I don't know. I mean, the Mitchell-Harden combo went out there and stomped some ass the other day. So, respect. But not for me. I ain't no sucker. You know what I mean? Look, bottom line, you know we're going to bring in some trends. Those be our friends. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that you lost back-to-back games in the second series. Back-to-back road losses. It's game 5 in the second series of the playoffs. And the games went over. Sorry, that was another critical factor. Games have to go over. You were on the road. You lost them both. You got punked out of your home gym. Well, you come back and you fire. You're 10-1 straight up. You're kicking ass. You're beating teams up. You're 10-3 on the spread. If you take out the over factors. So you're 11-2 straight up without just losing on the road in back-to-back spots. Game 5, series number 2. You're 11-2. You're 10-3. I can't get behind the Cavs in this case. Maybe I'm an asshole, but I trifected it. First quarter, first half, and the full game. I got the first quarter money line. I got the first half -2 at Caesars. There's a lot of 2.5s out there. Cool with that. And I got the full game -3.5. I just got my bomb shots, and I see a bad spot for a team that's already not good on the road. And so I probably should have given you guys the splits, right? The blips, the yeeps, the creeps. Surrounded by assholes. 63% of the bets and 69% of the cash are on the Cavaliers. It has moved slightly in their direction. Huge ticket count. Only game. It's an island game. Problematic is the fact that the money line has come down just a little bit there, but I'm okay with it. I'm super cool with it. I like the spot. I like the opportunity. The home team, game 5, winning formula. So I like that. I'm going to take them. Trifecta smash. And then the fourth play. I told you I have a fourth play in the game. Got to go to a player prop. Trying to help you guys get some extra cash on the same game parlay action because some of them need to have a fourth leg in there. I'm going to go to Cade. The guy everyone says has to get experience before he can show it. Well, you know what? His experience is going to come by losing to the Spurs in the championship. And then next year, maybe they'll be a factor. 2 years in a row. I mean, this team ain't no bitches. He's averaging 36.3 points. Games 5 through 7 against the Magic when it was do or die time for him. So when push came to shove, he stepped up. And against Cleveland, how could he not argue his usefulness out there on the court? Pistons are 37-10 at home, regular season and postseason. Why not even see Cade Cunningham get the first basket? What's the first basket cost? Pay. Let's take a look at that. I haven't tossed one of those. This would only be a fun little sprinkle, you guys. Don't get fucking crazy. Let's not get crazy. Where is it? That's how infrequently I play them. I don't even know where it is. First point. Cade is plus 470. I'll sprinkle that too. Why not? Why not? It's plus 470. We're already taking some big shots. I already gave you guys a big bomb in the. We could have a really big day today if all things go the way they should. Zane Cole says, hell no, you ain't no sucker. Mama ain't raised no sucker. Mama ain't raised no fool. So that's my NBA look. That's my thoughts. Give me good old Cade Cunningham. We'll add him to get the first basket too. What the fuck? Cleveland, by the way, second worst postseason defense out there. So I think he can get to him. I think this stays in line with his average numbers of buckets and baskets, and I like that little extra sprinkle for him to get the first crack. So that's the way we're going to play there as we roll onward, roll upward. So we're inherently loaded with some player props. There's fucking 2 games. we got props. I did talk earlier today about Xavier Edwards for Miami today too. Why not? 10-1 home run. I wonder how that line's been moving. Let's take a look at that. What do you say? I always like to see those because it's not like I can do anything about it now that I've already played it, but I always like to see as the line's moving. I guess one would ask, did I get CLV? You don't hear me talk about CLV. I'm allowed to mention it here because it's a home run prop, and I never give those out. So, no, it's not really moving. I actually kind of moved against him. I got negative CLV, which means I like it even more. Xavier Edwards. Yeah, he's not really moving. I like him to get the RBI and the home run as well. So there you go. Cheers, bro, says the guy on 98. Zane Cole says, we cash in the chat. We drink in the chat. If we don't respond, it's because we passed out in the chat. Well said, dude. That should be a fucking t-shirt right there. It's a little wordy. You gotta shorten it up a little bit, but I like it. Get the summer swag going for you guys. Get some gear, get some merch. Rock that Sports Money logo, man. Look at that thing. $sign with the MN in the center of it. Tell me that's not sharp. Speaking of sharp, let's talk about the WNBA. One of the sharpest leagues in the game. And I got some plays for you guys here. We did all right yesterday. We're all right. We're firing. We're finding a way. 2-0 on the show, 2-1 overall for me yesterday. I had I had the under in the Lynx game. It went over by like 2 points. Fuckers. I like to get behind the tail end of the movement in the WNBA. Go figure. I like to get behind the tail in the WNBA. Look, I don't know about the storm and tempo game. I didn't see shit from the tempo, but the problem I have with evaluating a expansion team, an expansion team too quickly is, look at everybody that was talking last night about the New York Liberty going out there and thunder fucking them gals. They barely won. Right? 12.5 points. Disgusting first game of the season for the Portland. What are they? Fire? Right? Portland Fire. And it was not the best of performances. 98, 96. In fact, they didn't win, did they? No, they fucking lost outright. Shame on anybody that was looking at laying 12 and a halves. Topsy-turvy be the NBA, WNBA in this case here. So I don't want to evaluate and completely shut the door on the tempo, but it's hard not to look at them points with the Storm. Jeez. I mean, they have experience, but the tempo have been sitting around since that loss. So if they got a coach that's worth any kind of shit, they should figure it out. I'm going to look at the Sun in the first game. I'm going to take the 14.5 points. You got 68% of the bets, but you only got 35% of the cash on the Sun. And I like the story. Last season in Connecticut, they're moving on out. Just kind of surprised they were in Connecticut in the first place. Maybe playing off the UConn gals team, UConn boys teams. But 14.5 points, the Aces have been a historical, and including last year, just a slow starter. So when I was looking at this game, I mean, I get it. Connecticut, you can't start any slower than 0-2. That makes a lot of sense to me, but that's a lot of travel spot for the Aces. And they're not really on the road is where you kind of see their defense come a little bit unhinged. So the Sun are a fast-paced, high-scoring team. They just hadn't get their shit together yet. And I'm not willing to throw them out, especially at 14.5 points. I don't think they win the game. I don't think we're going to see any surprising, shocking upsets here, but it's too many points. It's too early in the season to be laying down that many points. So plus 14.5 for the first game of the season. I then looked into, what was the other game I took? Oh, yeah. I got two more games here. So we got the Sky and the Valkyrie. Here's what I like about, now, again, this is a lot of theory early, but this line has moved 2 points against the Sky. It's now plus 5.5 from a plus 3.5. 68% of the bets and 78% of the cash have come in on the Valkyrie. It has moved. The Valkyrie have started out 2-0. So you got to respect that. But you got to look at the team in flux. Team in flux is the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese must be a real pain in the ass. And they got rid of her. Right? So now that she's out of there, can this team come back together and heal as one is the question. They came out and they started out okay. And look, bottom line, when you got a team that didn't make the postseason against a team that did make the postseason, the dog's winning outright at about 41% of the time. Now you're going to say that's not an impressive win rate. I totally agree. But it's up over 29 units if you played it just on the money line. So this one I do think is an opportunity for a real upset. Plus the Valkyrie in terms of, their game and their performance so far. Yeah. 2-0 to start the season off, but they played at Seattle. They had the benefit of having finished their season or their preseason against Seattle. So they had a week off in between to make the adjustments, and they just went out there and stomped them gals. And then they took down Phoenix. Well, listen, the Mercury are 1-2. I think the Mercury are going to be even with these expansion teams, I still think the Mercury are going to end up being one of the shittier teams in the league this year. So at least that's kind of how I got it going right now. And, I'm just looking at it thinking the Valkyrie, this one's probably not the highest of need spots on the card here. Starting out 2-0, great little start for them, no doubt about it. But I just think this is a spot where we can take the 5.5 in our back pocket. Sprinkle the money line. The money line's been profitable to not the biggest of clips. Again, I want you to think that this is like a guaranteed knockdown drag out money line spot. But with 5.5 points, that's 3 baskets in a spot where they're winning and covering at a reasonable rate. The Valkyrie don't play much defense. The Sky, I think they can compete. I think they can stay within this game to kick it off. Yeah, we're kind of just working off of last year's blueprint a little bit, but it makes sense. I mean, there hasn't been a ton of change with the exception of some of the key pieces I noted in the expansion teams. The last game I got for you guys, the Fever and the Sparks. We got 74% of the bets, 67% of the cash on the Fever. I got a fever. And it calls for more cowbell. I don't think Caitlin Clark and company start out 0-2. It's really that simple for me. The Sparks came out. I mean, the Sparks were one of the shittiest teams. Remember, I talked to you guys about keeping the notebook. The notebook said Dallas Wings first half's money. The notebook says the LA Sparks suck. And so, well, that might be a tough choice of words. I'm going to stand by it. I like the Indiana Fever here. Look, the Fever, they played them Wings. Them Wings are in a step-up position this season. We just saw them, manage the grind. So I think the Indiana Fever can come through this thing pretty healthy coming in. Caitlin Clark and company not going to start the season out 0-2. This is the NBA's darling. Let's not forget that. So till they get the Miami, Ohio gals, what were they? I want to say they're the Cavaliers sisters, but I know that's not the case. Zane says the Valkyrie team total over. I just spilled my beer. Always hits the floor as well as the team total also hits. I'll keep my eyes on that. Dragon Games is here. Appreciate you guys checking in with us, man. So that's what I got. 3-spot in the WNBA, the Indiana Fever, the Chicago Sky plus 5.5, and the Connecticut Sun plus 14.5. We got some good dogs mixed into this card here today. Plus, we got some firebomb spots out there with the NBA and the smash spot, that is. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the sharp, respected betting information. If you guys are new here, what I do here is I get a roll-up report from house bettors, the sharp bettors that have extended lines of credit that play big ticket items, and they come trotting on into me in a roll-up fashion so I can come back and tell you guys that what they are betting here. They took the under. I told you there hasn't been any material sharp respected betting in 3 days. 3 days ago for game 4, they took the under in the Cleveland-Detroit game. They took the Timberwolves for game 6. They got the under again tonight, 211.5 in the Detroit and Cleveland game. In the NBA, the NHL. Interesting. Interesting. They had the under in the Anaheim game yesterday. I don't even remember what the final was in that game. 3-2, it cashed. Vegas. They've bought early on Buffalo for tomorrow. Buffalo Sabres minus 120 and the under 6 in the Buffalo Sabres game. Nothing yet. They're still working on the information for the WNBA. And then Major League Baseball, we covered it extensively earlier today in a 60-minute format there. They took the Astros, looking for the Astros to go out there and beat up on them Seattle Mariners in the debut for their pitcher. They've got the under, San Francisco Dodgers, Washington, Cincinnati, and Yankees, Baltimore. Yankees, Baltimore already cashed, so they went under. Sharp respected betting on the San Francisco, LA Dodgers under. Washington and Cincinnati under. They did take Miami, Minnesota a couple times, it looks like, in some respected reverse line movement betting. I've also got, let's see. That's it. That's all I got. There's one thing I would say here, kind of coming to my attention. So the Sparks, I talked about them. They're 0-10 at home. If they had more than 18 turnovers the previous game, that's not good. But the Seattle Storm, so kind of going back to that Toronto game, 0-11 with a total over 158.5 if they had 81 or more points and shot less than 45% of the previous game. So putting up some points, but shooting very poorly skews the books, and Seattle Storm do not get it done. I think I might jump in on that. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Nothing could really fuck your WNBA record up to start the season, like going on a wicked cold streak here, but minus 2.5, minus 112 at FanDuel. Let's add that little late ad there for the show. Hey, I hope you guys enjoy the WNBA, man. I fired away on it. I did cash over 40 units last season in the WNBA. So I wasn't big into it. I called it Beaver Ball for the long time. And for the longest time, I still might call it that in certain parts of the universe, but it pays. And so that's all that really matters for us in the end. Big Baby says, how about lingerie football? I haven't gotten into lingerie football yet. Some of them gals are mean looking. Jaju says, did you go over your NHL pick? I cashed Hartman because of you a few days ago. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I gave out the Minnesota Wild. And then I gave out a player prop as well. And the Minnesota Wild on the money line, too, was a very aggressive price tag. And sorry, I'm just locking this in. Nazem Kadri over 2.5 shots on goal for the Colorado Avalanche, even though I got the Minnesota Wild to plus 196. So there you have it, you guys. Make sure you smash the like button for me, whether you're catching us live, you're catching us on the replay. All we ask you to do is give it a thumbs up. Zane says, last night I loved the WNBA, and when I looked at the Storm game, they were plus 3.5, now plus 2.5. There you go. I do like to get in on the tail end of the movement, though. Like the Sharps bet Seattle is how I take that. I told you guys before, the WNBA gets the same, it's like as voluminous as the NHL. Meaning it's a sharper betting sport. You don't see a lot of the public coming in until you get to like the postseason. So when we get those line moves, those are typically sharps making that action out there. Zane Cole says, last night, the WNBA, we hit the Lynx team total over 80.5 in the second half, over 81.5. Nice job, man. Congrats. Lucky Power in the house. Just smash the like, share the video. Only takes a few seconds. Yeah, man. Let's go, you guys. Appreciate everybody. We'll be back here to do it again tomorrow. It will be Thursday. It will be the gateway to the weekend. Thursday leads to Friday, and then we're back at UFC Saturday again. That's how fast we move around this piece. These parts and everything else that goes to it. Shout out to Razor Sharp and the boys. Hope you're having a fun time at the track today. Opening day for them, fellas. But we're here to play. We got lots of things going on in the world of the Sports Money Network. So appreciate everybody that's taking the time to watch it. If you haven't done so already, smash the thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite play is of the day. And you'll see me at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Back to fire up, kick some ass, take some names. We'll talk Major League Baseball. We'll have day baseball tomorrow. And it's going to be a ton of fun. So we'll see you guys there. On behalf of the Sports Money Network, good luck with your action this evening. Have fun betting the games. Of course, bet responsibly. And let's go back and kill them. Respectfully.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes